I'm allowed to change my dreams at any point in time. Do not feel bad about not wanting a goal that you wanted for so long. Always go in protecting yourself first, and always going in doing your research. Hey y'all, welcome to another video with your girl JT. JT on the tube, JT on the track, maybe one day. Alright, this is a chit chat mukbang because I'm gonna be eating because I'm hungry. Don't mind my stuffy nose. I'm a little bit sick, so that's where this is coming from. But I ended up going to KFC. Y'all, I done lost my fork. Pause. I need to find my fork. Fork found. Now we can eat. But so on today, I really wanted to just talk about kind of what my life has been like since I graduated. Because y'all, it's been a real life roller coaster. But not just like my life, but what I learned for real. Because I feel that even though it's only been 6 months, I've learned so much. And I don't even know what I'm going to learn in these next 6 months, y'all. I might just do 6-month updates. And then one day I'm going to have to stop calling it after college. Because, babe, we can't be 3.5 years post-grad. I mean, we could, but we could just call it what I learned in these last 6 months, something like that. But yeah, let me take my first little bite. I ain't had a chicken pot pie from KFC in so long. Mind y'all, like, this used to be my favorite place to eat when I was younger. I loved KFC. It was... Y'all, everybody used to be a McDonald's girl. I was a KFC chicken pot pie 7-year-old. Yo, why is it so hot? I tried to burn my mouth. First topic that I want to talk about is some of the things I've learned. Number one, y'all, I learned, like, you don't need a plan. That sounds weird because it's like coming out of college. If you go to college, I mean, you're a planned person. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say. You're a planned person. What's next? I need to go to college because whatever I want to do requires a college degree, aka there's a plan. You might not know all the in-between pieces, like, but you knew you was going to have to get your good grades, you was going to have to get through every semester, you was going to have to pay, you was going to do all these things. Now, and like for me, I'm even more extreme type of like planned person because I'm a busybody. So I always make schedules on my weeks all the time. Like, I'm doing this on this day, this on this day. And I'm trying to go to medical school. So that's a big plan in itself. And I'm the type where I planned out how many hours I needed. I planned out the type of positions I needed. I planned out the extracurriculars I was needed. I planned out the time that I was going to need to study for my MCAT, all that. And I did that starting my freshman year. Now I'm in the real world, and I realized the only thing I need to plan is how I'm going to make enough money to pay my bills. Other than that, I really don't need a plan. And that in itself, to me, was, like, so hard to wrap my head around. Because I like living at the seat of my pants, but having, like, it's low-key like I'm forced to, because the plan is still to go to medical school, but I still got 6 more months so I could do that. So there's nothing really for me to plan. I've learned a lot in that. Like, you have to find a way to be calm in the chaos. And that's where my planning stemmed from, is I didn't know how to be calm in chaos. Chaos stressed me. It still stresses me out, but it stresses me out less. So I thought that I could get around my stress, or I could prevent my stress by planning. And I can, but you can't do that in every situation. And there's going to be certain situations that are just going to happen, and you're just going to have to deal with them. And boy, have I learned. And I would say, like, the best ways to do that, at least for me, is I have to calm down. So, like, when I be in the moments, I will literally be like, give me 5. In my head. Like, I don't even say that to nobody, y'all. It be me. Give me 5. Give me 5. And then I'll empty my brain. Go watch a TikTok. Do something else. Because it's like, you can't deal with the situation if you're not calm. So I calm down and not deal with it. But even then, the stuff I come up with sometimes is better than what I would have came up with if I had hours. Because it's like, okay, you just gotta do. The second thing that I really learned, and I feel like this one's been the hardest for me, is that people can present you and present to you as if they have the best intentions for you, and have none of that. And not even in the sense that they have ill intentions for you. They just don't care what happens. It's really sad though. Like, it's really sad to me because I'm an empath, and I'ma always say that. I'm an empath, and I always try and see the good in people, because growing up, I always had a mother who saw the good in me, but she was lucky, like, the only person giving me any encouragement or giving me anything. So I'm not saying there were other people around, but she was the only one that I felt like cared about me, and the only person that I felt like believed in me, you know? And so it's like, now I go into the world and I want everybody to feel loved, and I want everybody to feel cared for. I don't want anybody to ever feel how I used to feel. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a good feeling to feel numb. It's not a good feeling to feel like you could die tomorrow and don't nobody care. So it's like, with that mindset, I've grown naive to the fact that, like, it's still the same as like when I was younger. People don't care. Most people don't. They care about themselves. Humans are naturally self-centered. You know what I'm saying? When you start as a child, they actually don't have the capacity to understand the wants and needs of others until we're like 11, 12, 13 years old. So, and then even then, it's a learning process. So humans are inherently selfish. And so it's like, being out in the real world, I have ran into so many of my own heartbreaks, or like, I call them heartbreaks because I wasn't in love, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've hurt my own self thinking that people who came to me, especially people older than me, like, y'all, that's the biggest one. People who are older than you, they don't care. Like, you be thinking, because it's one thing to see somebody your age, like, you know, you didn't have ops that are your age. Everybody has had an op that's their age. But I'm talking about a 50-year-old man. You thinking they care, they don't care. They could literally, you could lose your job tomorrow and they're not helping you. You could not pay your rent tomorrow and your landlord's not gonna care. And it sucks, bro. Like, it sucks because it's compassion that they're missing. It's not even a simple, okay, this is money, okay, this is a job. It's simple compassion of, man, maybe there's a reason behind this. They don't care. And they will sell you false dreams to get what they want. Like, a lot of the older people I've encountered have sold me false dreams to rope me into something, to get something out of me, knowing it had none of my best intentions. I just feel like from that, like, if anything, learn from that lesson that I learned, is that always go in protecting yourself first, and always going in doing your research. Because it's like, I was just listening to them because I'm just like, okay, they're older, they're presenting themselves like they care about me, they must have my best interest at heart, there's no way they're gonna do me like this. And they do you exactly like that. And actually worse, because you don't know what you're getting yourself into, so it's actually worse. So that's number 2. Number 3, I feel like people say this all the time, money does not grow on trees, and I be spending it like it does. I be spending it like it's the leaves for real, and it's freaking fall, and they falling, baby. And that's not true. Budget, babes. That's all I got for that one. Number 4, is that, like, I'm allowed to change my dreams at any point in time, and I don't have to feel bad to my post self for doing that. For example, during my senior year, all right, y'all, if y'all don't know, I was a D1 athlete for 4 years. Cool. I started running when I was 16 years old, started running really late. So when I tell you, becoming a D1 athlete became my life overnight. I'm talking about waking up at 6 a.m. to go for a run for 30 minutes, coming home, meal prepping. I'm meal prepping at 16 years old, y'all. Learning that how much protein I need to eat every day, how many calories I need to consume, making sure I'm doing all these things, asking my mom to pay for weights. So not only am I going to practice 6 days a week, I'm also doing weights 3 days out the week on my own accord, running every morning, doing 1,000 abs every day. And I did this, till I graduated, and I got to college, and I became a D1 athlete. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep the story short. But when I got to my senior year, I couldn't run anymore. Okay, I had stopped being able to really run my sophomore year because of a hamstring injury that just kept affecting me. So I started vaulting. I didn't like it. I tried to convince myself that I liked it because it's track. You know what I'm saying? Track, I'm still around the people, I'm still around the energy, but vaulting and running are not the same thing. And I lost my love for it. I kept doing it because I felt like I owed my old self that dream. In my head, I'm gonna run for 4 years. Like, that's the goal. I did all this work. You know what I'm saying? I gave up friendships. I gave up clubs. I gave up everything, and to eat, breathe, and sleep track. And I never regretted that. But I felt like because I did all that at so young, I owed it to my older self to finish. But I didn't. I had did what my younger self wanted, and it was okay for me to move on. It was okay for me to change my mind, and I couldn't wrap my head around that because I didn't want to disappoint my old self. So what I'm saying all that to say is, it's like, as we get older and as we change, our love and our circumstances change along with that. Our wants, our goals, what we go through changes who we are, and it changes what else is in front of us, and also what we're doing in that present moment. So do not feel bad about not wanting a goal that you wanted for so long and you held so tight with everything in you, because for some reason it's not for you no more. And maybe one day it will be. I don't know. Maybe it'll be full circle. Maybe I'll become a coach, something like that. But at the end of the day, like, when you feel it in your heart to let go, and you feel it in your heart that it's no ill intent behind it, baby, it's okay to let go. I'm here to tell you it's okay. It's okay. Like, I had to tell myself that, like, it's okay to want other things. And now I didn't switch gears. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber. I've always wanted to be a content creator. If y'all go to my TikTok page, y'all will see a video of me from when I was a literal baby. Okay, I'm talking about, I'm 8 years old making silly band tutorials. Ooh. There's a cop over there, and he made me nervous. But I'm gonna finish this video before I go. But so yeah, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. And then the fifth thing that I learned this year is that you gotta give the adults in your life grace. And what I mean by that is, like, as a child, one thing that's a common denominator for everybody is you don't have a lot of control over a lot of things that are happening in your life. Okay, so the next step is, whose fault is that? The people that do have control, your parents, your auntie, your uncles, your guardians, your siblings, everybody else but you, because you don't have the control, right? But when I was younger, I used to be so angry with the people around me for the life that I had, and I wanted change, but I couldn't have it, and so it caused me to be really angry. But it's like, now that I'm older, I realize that, and I'm trying to figure out life, most of the stuff they was doing was not intentionally to hurt me. And I used to take it personally. I used to think it was intentionally an attack on me, and it's not. And so it's like, I've learned in this season, like, truly learned in this season, that they deserved grace for whatever happened. They deserved grace for that, because 9 times out of 10, they were trying to do the best that they could with the best that they had, with the best knowledge that they had at the time. So just try. And at least if you can't, like, be in the same room with whoever for whatever they did, just try and use that mindset to think about the situation maybe from their side, and maybe it'll bring you some clarity or some release or some relief or something to the situation, because it definitely did for me. So yeah, y'all, them are my 5 biggest things I felt like I learned being 6 months post grad. And I just wanted to share that with you. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to the team. If not, I hope you at least come back for another video. And I hope to see y'all in my next one. Peace.